Hey, welcome. It's Friday.
So,
Todd, we made it through the week.
I know, I'm tired.
This is like a little inside baseball about running a training company. The fall going into the winter is like the craziest time. Everyone's realizing that, I have budget left, and if I don't use it, I lose it. Mm-hmm. And we are just slammed with classes. So it's been a long week, but we made it to Friday. A really awesome PAL and PSM2 this week. Mm-hmm. Just wrapped up with 2 good classes and great students. And so we're energized and ready to answer a question for all of you out there today. What are the principles of the Scrum Framework? We're back to basics today, Todd.
Yeah. Maybe before we talk principles, we talk about the theory that Scrum is founded on, and that's theory is Scrum is founded on empirical process control.
Yep, empiricism at its finest.
Empiricism at its finest. Hit me. What's the definition of empiricism? DJRR.
It's learning by doing and learning through observation, and so we get there through transparency, inspection, and adaptation. So transparency means the work is well understood. Inspection means that qualified people check their work as they go along. And adaptation means when we learn something, we do something different or we amplify the good that we discover. So the framework itself is built on these principles, which means Scrum says it's okay to change when you learn it's a good idea to do so, right?
Yeah.
You got to adapt based on the inspections of transparent work.
Yeah, and so you just said it there, 3 principles of Scrum: inspection, adaptation, and transparency. What's interesting about those and how it's built into Scrum is that we're doing that and we're executing those principles at different levels, right? Yep. So I think in a sprint review, we're inspecting, we're adapting, and we're making work well understood, meaning transparency at a product level, at a product perspective.
Yep.
The sprint retrospective, we're doing that from a process perspective, right? Daily Scrum, we're doing that based off of inspecting, adapting, and making the work well understood towards progress towards the sprint goal, right?
Yeah, and what I like what you're doing here, Todd, is you're highlighting the fact that every Scrum event is an opportunity to apply these principles. There is an artifact, a product backlog, a sprint backlog, or an increment that is transparent. Mm-hmm. It is inspected during the event by the Scrum team, by stakeholders, by those involved in the outcome of the work. And then new decisions, aka adaptations, are made based upon what we're inspecting. In the sprint review, the product backlog is updated. In the retrospective, an improvement item is created. In the daily Scrum, the sprint backlog is updated, perhaps, as we check our progress towards a sprint goal. In sprint planning, we inspect our product backlog and a number of other factors, and out emerges a sprint backlog and a sprint goal. Mm-hmm. But at each step, we're inspecting and adapting based off of transparent artifacts. And so the framework is just seeped in empiricism, and it is the core principle.
And so this is the thing that we talk about all the time with Scrum Masters is that's what you worry about. This is what we're thinking about. This along with the values, which I think we did a 5 episodes on the 5 values previously. Check those out. But we think about empiricism. We think about empirical process control. What are we not inspecting properly? Yep. What is not properly being adapted? What is not well understood from a process, from a product perspective, right? How can we maximize the use of the Scrum events to make sure that all of this happens? Is there anything in addition we can do to make sure that inspection and adaptation and transparency happens in the container of a sprint with this 1 month or less? So super important foundations of Scrum are these principles backed by the 5 Scrum values necessary to implement Scrum. Ryan.
Perfect. End screen time, Todd.
I almost was going to purr like Hank.
Hank is sleeping right now, but our socials are not. Be sure to check out Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. I've been a little lippy on Twitter lately. Check that out. I've been sparking some conversations and getting some feedback. Like and subscribe so you never miss a video from us. We've got some new episodes of Fixing Your Kanban, Fixing Your Agile Coaching, and a whole bunch of other stuff in the pipeline ready for you. But like and subscribe so you don't miss it. Check out the videos below. They just popped up. YouTube thinks you'll like them. We do too. For Ryan Ripley, I'm Todd Miller. We love the fact that you're here. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Leave your comments and questions below, and we'll see you next week with a new answer from one of your questions. And we'll see if we can help you do Scrum just a little bit better each and every day. See you next week.